Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Huffman Racing Radio. Episode 20, actually. The 20th episode of this podcast. Can you believe that?
Hey, that's the longest-running podcast you've been on.
That is actually, yes, that is a very true statement. If you don't know, you most likely do if you're clicking on this podcast. If you don't know, my name is Landon Huffman, driver of the Autos by Nelson number 22 in the Cars Tour and the High Rock Vodka number 75 for Huffman Racing. And sitting to my right, per normal, is my co-host, Seth Brotherton, and to his right is our third host.
With the third
special guest 2 weeks in a row.
Yep. RJ Williams. How we doing, fellas?
Name damn paradise.
RJ, talking to your mic.
Another
please.
day in paradise.
Thank you. Seth, how we doing?
Fine.
You know, you came in, both of y'all are just in great spirits today, you know? You threatened to quit earlier
You
today.
damn right. I'm quitting everything.
And RJ got mad because you called his Reese's cookie a protein cookie.
It looked like what's that protein
Excuse
brand?
me of eating
Quest?
healthy.
No, not Quest. The other one. It's got
Lenny and Larry's?
Yeah, Lenny and Larry's. That's
Yeah.
what it looked like. So I thought maybe he was trying to get buff or something.
Could be. Hey, National Lemon Juice
Oh.
Day. Happy National Lemon Juice Day.
Lemon juice day.
Yeah.
Let's get in some sweet tea.
Lemon juice.
No.
Isn't that lemonade and sweet tea is good.
No, neither. Sweet tea
You
by
take
itself.
the lemons and you squeeze it in there. That's lemon juice. Delicious.
Oh, I got
Yeah, but-
lemonade the other day.
Lemonade and sweet tea's an Arnold Palmer.
I went. It was very, very hot at the racetrack Saturday, so went down to the lemonade tent. They had strawberry aid.
What
I'm like,
racetrack?
oh, that's gonna be good. It was strawberry Hershey syrup in lemonade.
Ooh, God.
Yeah, so I take the first drink. Shit tastes like cardboard. I'm like, Dad, does your shit taste like cardboard? Yeah. It was a straw. I don't know what kind of straws those were, but you took the straw out, and it was.
So the
turned
syrup,
it
so it
good,
didn't
but-
actually taste like cardboard.
No, it was. I mean, I should have gotten regular lemonade, but it still didn't taste as good as the one they gave us after the race the other week that we passed around. Victory lemonade.
That was the real
So Seth
deal.
went to Hickory this past weekend, not with us.
Against my will.
With Huffman Racing North. I went to Wake County Speedway. Cars Tour stopped at the smallest track on the schedule over in Wake County, so we'll talk about that here shortly. And RJ, what the hell did you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend?
Well, I was going to recruit him to go with
He
us,
wouldn't have went.
but I was instructed not to because it would just be a fight.
Well,
Who instructed you not to? Your daddy?
let me
Graham.
guess, Graham. The driver instructed. You wanted Graham to come on this podcast just so y'all could get in a
I wanted to egg
get in
him
a
on.
heated argument and tear my whole studio apart. Be like a freaking Chihuahua and a Labrador fighting.
If you could read our Snapchat conversation, you'd find it hilarious. I just sent him a picture of himself.
Oh, the little mouse.
And then he sent me the video of me dancing at Pockets and Brews to Sum 41
Oh,
1 year ago today.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was when he got cut off.
Yeah,
'Cause we won.
That's exactly
I
when I
remember
got
him
cut
singing. I
off.
don't remember him dancing.
Remember, Gail, the bartender at Pockets and Brews, told RJ 1 year ago today we actually won at Hickory, and we went to Pockets and drank. And RJ got a little tipsy. He was taking fireball shots, and
Hell, I wasn't the damn drunkest one there.
she said,
he
"I'm
wasn't.
not trying to be mean, but this is gonna be your last shot."
Exactly what she said.
I mean, we were just getting in the Shania Twain, too.
So you didn't do anything this weekend, RJ? Nothing of note.
Clean house because Jared's coming down.
Okay. So, what does clean house consist of?
Well, start at one end. So start at one end.
I
You,
mean-
you wouldn't know because your wife does it for you.
Physical
So,
labor.
Are you
here,
the type
or-
of cleaner that, like, gets rid of shit, or are you the type of cleaner that just pushes it in a corner somewhere else? So it appears that the house
I
is
feel like
clean,
you're more
but
the
really
latter.
you just moved
Well,
it from point A to point B, and
the-
point B is now a shit show.
The laundry room is definitely that. Like,
Well, who needs
So
to
you
do
didn't
laundry?
clean. You just moved shit around.
no, the bathroom's clean. So, you know, it
Well, hey, to be fair,
Clorox
now
and-
a lot of our cleaning in the race shop has just been moving shit around.
That's not true. That is not true.
Well,
That is
Landon ain't cleaning
true.
the race shop.
That's also not true.
No, he'll clean the hell out of the floor. He'll sweep the floor. There could
Oh,
be
oh, God,
there could
yes,
be
he'll do
pressing
that.
issues, and
Yeah.
he is going to
He'll
sweep
grab a
the
broom.
floor.
I don't like shit just laying around down there. I mean, that's a workspace.
Unless it's his shit.
I mean, we're talking, 11:30 on Friday night. We're trying to load up, and Landon's over sweeping the floor.
You'll have that. I mean, You look good.
Oh, nice painted floors.
You look good. Race good. I think.
Not true.
How are that supposed to go?
That is not true.
Either way, thank you guys for clicking on today's episode. We've got a good bit to talk about. We're going to run through pretty much all of it and see what comes of it. So thank you guys for being here.
We've got a clue what we're talking about. We're going to figure it out as we go.
We're going to go ahead and jump right into this episode of Huffman Racing Radio. This past Saturday, I made the trip down to, or is it up or down?
Over.
Across.
Over.
Yeah.
Raleigh is east.
Across the state
I thought about going, but once I figured out it was for Raleigh, I was like...
to Wake County Speedway. It's a quarter-mile bull ring nestled in the heart of Raleigh, in the heart of Wake County. Actually, a really, really badass facility. Cars Tour has been there a few times, but not last year. So they took a year off and went back this year with late model stocks and the pros. Pros raced there earlier in the year, and then late model stocks raced there this past weekend. We ended up finishing 6th in my autos by Nelson, number 22 car. Pretty solid run for us, third top 10 in a row. And our average finish over the last 3 races has been 5, which is pretty cool. So we've been getting better. The race was up and down for me. That place is feast or famine pretty much. I really wasn't expecting it to be as fast as it was. But I'm telling you guys, this place, quarter mile, and you raced it as hard as you race Tri-County in the current pavement situation.
This pavement's about the same age.
It's freshly paved this year. The
Did
whole
anybody
track.
smoke the inside wall?
A couple people did,
about.
actually, in the race. Yeah, a couple people did. And 1 and 2, where you apex out, there's a wall that juts out the exit of pit road, and you have to be as close to that little end of the wall as possible to get a good exit off the corner. And a couple people did bounce off of that. But it was a fun race. I don't know if it was a fun race. It was fun to drive, but the race itself wasn't that fun. But we did have a good, solid finish, and I'm proud of our effort. We'll continue to grow and move forward. Our next Cars Tour race will be Goodyear, New River, All-American, Speedway, Coastal Plains.
Who just announced that they're going to go to Hoosier Tires.
I did see that. I think they were on McCreary or...
Yeah, something dumb. I think we talked about that in a past episode.
Yeah,
They had
they
like
ain't
6
getting no
cars
cars.
for a big-ass race.
Yeah, they didn't get no cars. Well, we'll be down there for the Cars Tour next Saturday. So I'm excited. I've never been down there. Be excited to go down there. That place is kind of cool. It's a tri-oval with some banking and interesting shape to it. Definitely some character that I feel like the tour needs track to track. That's kind of why I was excited that they were going to Wake County, just because it's something different. I feel like a lot of the tracks were relatively the same. Well, no, they're not. I guess that's not true.
An idiot friend of ours, Mr. Spencer Dickinson, made the comment
Name drop.
that they should go between Wake County and Bowman Gray.
Oh, God.
So
No,
run
because
Wake one
Bowman
year,
Gray.
Bowman Gray another.
Because the racing at Wake... No. The racing at Wake was actually racing. I mean, it was still
Agree. Mhm.
beating and banging, and you had to fight to get in
It's
line.
quarters, but it's still a racetrack.
Right, it's still a racetrack. I mean, you got banking, it's racy. When it has some age to it, here in the next couple of years, it'll race good. I'm sure it was a hell of a lot of fun to race when it was wore out. But like I said, there's just so much grip right now, and it's so damn fast. Anytime you add lateral grip or give like a late model stock car, the current version of our late model stock cars, lateral grip, they haul the mail. And that's what it does there. I do want to talk about one thing at Wake. The entrance to this track. Y'all know the entrance to Florence, right? Like how, I don't know, you haven't been there.
Brother, it's been a
Okay, either way.
long time.
Either
Way
way,
back off the road.
you're on like the back roads going into this place.
There ain't been to Florence in like 15
Wrong turn
years.
kind of shit.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. When you turn into Wake County, it looks like wrong turn. On the left is this just like rundown house with, it's like a personal junkyard. Almost like if you were to build a house and then in your backyard, you just decided you were going to open up a junkyard and just have cars there. That's what it looks like. And there's no
So
indication.
it looks like stepping out the back door of the studio.
Yeah, kind of like here at Huffman Racing, sort of
This
similar.
is called now the studio? This is the studio?
Well, I mean, technically it is a podcast studio
I mean, we're in a room with mics and recording, so
and decoration.
All it takes.
yeah.
Okay, well,
But the entrance to this track is not indicative of what you open up to when you get into the facility. I'm also learning something when I go to all these tracks. Can y'all guess what that is?
They're all nicer than a certain track.
Yes. I'm learning how much work.
That was the first question I had.
Yeah, I'm learning how much work Hickory Motor Speedway needs to compete with a lot of these racetracks on the facility side. I mean, Wake had nice bathrooms, freshly painted walls. Obviously,
any overflowingness?
No.
So you're able to use.
Also, slam-packed crowd.
And they functioned the whole time.
Shoulder-to-shoulder crowd. They have a little hill that you can set on the front stretch in between the two grandstands. That was slammed full of people. It was awesome. I mean, the Cars Tour has been bringing a good crowd everywhere they go. But Wake County, being that it's a little bit off the beaten path to some of our tracks, they definitely packed the house, and Wake County fans showed out.
They probably did a good
for
job
sure.
promoting it.
Yeah, and their social media is nice. I mean, Wake does a good job.
They have fantastic social media.
Yeah, they do. One thing that hurts their weekly deal is they don't have a streaming.
Yeah.
They're not streaming right now, or they don't have a platform.
Are they NASCAR sanctioned? I don't think they are. Are they?
Yeah, Clay Jones.
I think they just got it this year, didn't they?
No, Clay Jones won the state title there last year, remember?
Yes, that's right. Yes, I do now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, it was a fun experience. Really nice racetrack. I'm looking forward to going back whenever that may be. We talked about taking one of our cars down there and running this year, and actually,
I'm not riding in the van all the way out.
RJ, this was at the start of the year.
Yeah.
This was at the start of the year. I mean,
well, you said, well, actually, which leads us to believe
this was when you're wanting to run both cars at two tracks.
Yeah, but their late model there actually probably would be a little more fun than a late model stock because it's less power, a little bit slower. I feel like you could probably race a little better.
So it's limited.
They were a half second slower, their late models are. And they run on a F50, which is harder tire, which slip and slide a little more. I mean, we ran F45, and they have a ton of grip on new pavement. But either way, good outing for us at Wake, and had a lot of fun, and looking forward to going back there whenever that may be. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Cars Tour schedule. I want to know what y'all think about this. So
it's too long.
Okay,
I don't know it.
We don't run the Cars Tour. We don't know.
No, listen. There has been some talks about schedule changes next year.
Like what?
Like potentially going to different venues.
Such as?
Well, give me a second. I'm going to ask y'all's opinion. Because I want to hear what y'all think.
Don't send the damn late models to Rockingham.
You already did it.
And that was stupid.
I guess, first of all, what tracks do you feel like, or what track do you feel like you think the tour should travel to next year that is not currently on the schedule? It could be any late model stock track that we have.
I think that we need to Kingsport.
So they've been to Kingsport before, but that is one that's not on the schedule right now.
I think we need to venture into another state.
We don't race anything in Tennessee right now on the tour. That is a good point.
Or maybe do we anything in Georgia? Not in Georgia either.
That one track that was on Facebook that was really, really high banked, wide. You know what I'm talking about?
The one that was like a quarter mile?
Hell, Boo might have shared it on Twitter.
Lonesome Pine.
It looked like Bristol, or
kind of maybe.
But it's run down. It's not functioning.
Lonesome
well, that ain't even a possibility.
It was somewhere in Tennessee. Well, I'm just saying. Like, okay, you didn't say possible track. You said what track?
That's Riverview Speedway.
Okay, well, I thought that would be
Lonesome
badass.
Pine.
Lonesome Pine is a good one.
Oh, that's the same thing.
No, Lonesome Pine. No, Riverview Speedway is like a quarter mile rundown little track that operated, I think, in the mid 2000s.
Riverview.
Yeah. Now it's just setting. It looks like a asphalt Bristol.
It looks badass.
Yeah, it's really freaking cool. But they had like erosion problems because it's right on the water.
Speedway?
Man.
Huh?
Speedway Park.
Yeah.
Damn, the website's old as hell.
Yeah, I mean, it is, RJ. It hasn't been raced in a while. What are you looking at?
RJ, you are about to have a virus.
RJ's looking up porn on his phone.
Oh my god.
This is how it reports itself. Still using HTML.
I didn't even think about going to a different state. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so Cars Tour only goes to North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that it's possible we could go to New Smyrna for Speed Weeks. About a 7-hour drive.
I feel like New Smyrna gets enough attention during Speed Week.
I agree. Send y'all to Daytona. Let's put the short track back up on the backstretch. Put you back on the
backstretch.
Well, no. That's a terrible idea.
Didn't Kyle Larson
that provided
for a win?
Yeah, there was every race that year, there was a wreck on the last lap.
Well, ain't that damn near every late model race anymore?
Have you watched a Cars tour recently?
I said damn near. Damn near.
There hasn't been a single wreck for the win in the Cars tour all year.
What part of damn near did you not understand?
It is hard to wreck Carson when he's half a straightaway.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously.
Did you not just watch Tri-County?
Oh, God. Do we have to talk about Tri-County again?
I mean, Dominion was a badass race.
I didn't watch Dominion.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't really watch Wake either.
Yeah,
honestly, every Cars tour race has been...
The only Cars tour race I've watched this year is Tri-County.
Every Cars tour race has been a really good race, pretty much. Outside of... I mean, Carson kind of stunk the show up at Wake, but he also came from dead last all the way to the front, which made it pretty cool.
What would have made it cooler?
If somebody would have wrecked him for the win.
No!
What?
Landon Huffman won. Ain't that right?
I can't handle many more Landon Huffman wins.
Unfortunately, we got to deal with at least one a year.
What? We haven't had that many. As much as I've raced this year, I mean...
You couldn't even get on Facebook last week without seeing your face.
Still!
Yeah, but
I couldn't even
that's
go to Walmart
rare
without somebody asking me what you were doing with your $30,000.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing for
Just
me.
to let y'all know.
Absolutely nothing. Didn't even give me a dime.
Because I didn't get none of it. I got a cardboard check. And a congratulations.
Pat on the back.
Thanks for coming. See you next week.
Yep. Thanks for coming. You know, if you're not here to win, then you can just take a hike.
How would you feel if they put your ass on dirt? I mean, you've ran dirt before in a truck.
Car store does not
That
need
would be cool.
That'd be a terrible idea. Car store doesn't need to go to dirt.
He asked for our ideas and opinions. We present them, and they get told.
They're not well thought out at all.
Is this damn show well thought out?
I've been sitting here thinking for 5 minutes. I can't come up with nothing. I've said 2 ideas, and you shit on both of them.
Well, you said...
Excuse me, 3 ideas, and you shit on all 3.
You said dirt, and you said Daytona. So, we're talking about a southeastern late model stock series.
Okay, are there any southeastern late model stock tracks open that y'all don't go to?
Yeah.
Because Greenville rings a bell in my head, but it's not open, right?
RJ, did you just say Concord? Concord isn't even standing anymore.
Concord is Coparts.
It's a parking lot.
Gresham Motorsports Park.
Y'all need to do an iRacing Invitational.
So again, I mean, maybe we get down in Alabama. There's some tracks down that way, right?
Yeah, Mobile. Yeah. Mobile International Speedway.
I think we got Nashville is a probable.
I think it has to be less than a half a mile.
Wow, we run Wilkesboro, and it's a badass race.
And what is 0.6?
5/8.
5/8.
Nashville's the same size as Wilkesboro, I think.
A lot more banking.
Well, they raced late model stocks at Nashville for years. In the 90s.
It's too big for late models.
Our late models are
more of a pro.
Way more of a... Why? Pro late models have 300 horsepower.
Okay. Super. Late model.
Maybe a super, but I mean, a late model stock, you're pushing 530 now. 540.
I mean, I'm sure you would love to go to Slinger, but let's be honest.
Yeah, but that's in Wisconsin.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to go back to Berlin and right the wrongs.
That's a long trip, and I ain't going up there to race against 10 cars.
I mean, you're kind of limited to where you can go, because all these people ain't going to haul ass to Wisconsin.
I don't know. You're not going to go to Wisconsin, but I think there's places
do y'all go
in
to
Florida.
Motor Mile?
No, we did not go to Motor Mile or Pulaski Motorsports Park.
Yeah, you need to get back to, was it New River Valley?
That's the new name.
No, it's Pulaski Motorsports Park.
It used to be New River Valley.
Yeah. Orange County is not on the schedule this year.
Okay, fine, go there.
So that's where
Lane Riggs kick your ass.
Came from.
The Old North, whatever,
Whatever
yeah.
it was. The one you won.
Yeah, that.
You probably would have won that had it been in Orange County.
Maybe not.
You're right, he
Maybe
had that hometown
maybe
advantage.
That's exactly what it was.
I think it was rigged, really.
But you got to remember, the only other race that Landon won at Tri-County was on the old asphalt, and he was in the high line damn near the whole race, and that's how he got the win. Beat Charlie Watson.
People on the top.
Beat Charlie Watson to the line on the high side.
But to be fair, I've only raced at Tri-County maybe
5 times.
Probably like 6 or 7.
Because you ran the GMS car there.
Oh, I've ran 4. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. I've ran 4 Cars Tour races there. 3 Cars Tour races.
Did we go there one time?
We went there in 2016.
We attempted to. We did not run very well. Because that's when we took our limited car, too.
That was 2018.
And we were going to win that race and crashed.
Yeah, we were running second in that one and got wrecked. But we went there in 2016, the same year we sat on the pole at Hickory.
That was with the blue car,
Because we
right?
crashed with Hayden Humphrey and them. No, it was white then with green numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had been running Greenville and South Boston.
Yeah, that was the year that you put 12 quarts of oil in the motor when we went to Greenville and started fucking billowing smoke.
It was the first, I blew up! It was the first week of the season. I think I talked about that in a podcast at some point.
Like I always say, better to have too much oil than no oil at all.
If you're not privy to what RJ's talking about.
Too much lube, not enough lube.
If you're not privy to what he's talking about, in 2016, we talked about it on one of the podcast episodes, but
there is a YouTube video of you preparing for Greenville.
On what channel?
You need to share that. Here, I'm looking at it right now. I think it's on your channel.
Probably Huffman Racing. No, it's probably Huffman Racing. Anyways, we went to Greenville Pickens, first race of the year, first time car had been on the track, and my dumb ass forgot that I'd already put oil in the motor, and I put another 7 quarts in, and then the first time on the racetrack, it blew oil all over everything. I thought I was blowing up.
He came on the radio, I think it's blowing up!
And we come in, and Dad gave me the dumbass award of the year in the first week.
You know, I just thought about,
what?
Wasn't there a time that Rob did not go with us to South Boston, and it was just us and Yoder?
No, it was me, you, Yoder, and Austin Terrio.
Yeah, that's what
I was there.
And hell, I led some of the race, but we didn't put enough rounds in the front, and I almost drugged the whole cross member off of Gilbert. And I also got a dumbass award for that because I didn't raise the front car up. Yes, that was probably one of the only times that we went to the racetrack without any real supervision. Yeah, without any real supervision. Well, we've talked about the tracks, but I've got another synopsis here for you, RJ. One day show versus 2 day show.
1 day.
I think it's definitely always be a 1 day show. There's no reason.
Right now it's 2 days, and then most people go and practice.
the day before the
2 day
show. So
it's
technically a 3 day show, 2.5 day show.
Correct. I agree. I think it should be 1 day shows, at least for all the regular events. If you're gonna do a 2 day show for a 30K or maybe the throwback, something like that, like, okay, that's fine. But
let me bring this into it. So we want these racetracks to survive, right? We want them to prosper. So how would that affect the track itself?
the track's going to lose some money.
Okay, so
But so does the tour. I don't know how that necessarily works.
so we're shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit. Yeah?
I mean,
does that mean they're going to jack up?
yeah, no, we're just talking about the
Ticket
Cars
prices?
Tour, though. We're just talking about the Cars Tour.
Well, I mean, the Cars Tour probably brings a good amount of money each time they show up.
yeah, but the Cars Tour also, so this is how it works. When the tour goes to a racetrack, the tour, there's one of two ways.
They
The
rent
tour
it?
either pays the racetrack a flat fee, and then the tour gets to reap the benefit of the the
Everything
gate
above that.
and sign in and ticket sales, etc. Or the track pays the tour a flat fee to get the tour to come to the facility, and then the track reaps
takes
all the
that.
benefit.
So it's kind of like flip-flops.
Most of the time, the tour pays the track. There's a few, from what I understand. Now, I might be wrong, but I do know one instance this year, the Cars Tour, Ace Speedway paid the tour for the tour to come to Ace, and we had 34 cars, and they had started 32 cars up to that point, but because Ace paid the tour to come there, Ace is responsible for the purse, and they didn't want to pay the extra 4 spots above advertised starting field, which is 28.
So they yanked her down to 28.
So they made it a 28-car field. But typically, the Cars Tour is responsible for the purse if they pay the track to go there, and there's no burden on the track, from what I understand. So that's why the tour has been more apt to allow 32 cars to start when it's advertised as 28. But to answer your question, I do think that it could still hurt the tracks. However, people can still go test there. But I throw another wrench into this. I was actually talking to a couple of people about this last week of semi-importance. What if there was a testing ban the week of a Cars Tour race? This is all to try to talk about consolidating the weekly track expense.
Well, that sounds like you're going to have to hire somebody to be at the racetrack during that week. Make sure nobody shows up.
Not necessarily.
How are they going to enforce that?
The track has employees that work there.
And they're going to say, oh, nope, we ain't going to take your money. You ain't testing here this week.
Yeah, if you're racing the Cars Tour that weekend.
I know a certain promoter that would not do that.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that's 100% doable. And I think that the punishment could be, there could be a number of punishments. You could fine that team. You could take points away from them if they're caught.
Make them run the first 10 laps in reverse.
Make them start in the rear that week. If you make them start in the rear if they got caught testing, I mean, that's pretty adamant punishment. Fine them, take points, make them start.
Don't make start in the rear. Damn Quapple started in their damn rear. Wait,
you still don't want to.
No,
it's not worth giving.
But you went and tested, and everybody else didn't, so you might have found something.
Yeah,
Get
you found something, then you're gonna drive right through them.
I don't know. I think the tour's going to continue to get even.
Hey, I'm
more.
all for a testing ban. I'm all for one-day shows.
I love bands.
What's your favorite band?
Sum 41.
I'm not familiar. What songs do they sing?
That one I danced to, Pockets and Brews.
Can you sing it for us? Just a verse.
My brain ain't working good enough right now.
I know you know one verse. Sing it.
Hold on. I'll look it up on spot. No, I can't do that because we'll get.
You can't play it, but you can sing it.
DMCA'd. I don't know today. I gotta hear the music.
Do you know the name of it?
You must not be too much of a fan then.
This was them 20 years ago.
Stacy's mom.
That means you've had 20 years to listen to.
That's
a
a
good song.
That's bowling for soup.
While RJ's looking that up, I do think that it will. There's ways to save on costs there, and I think there needs to be one-day shows at most tracks.
That's
saves on travel.
The most logical, easiest way to go about it.
Yeah, saves on travel, saves all these teams from having to be there early, gives the weekly guy an opportunity to race if all of his help is volunteer and can't get off work. And but we'll see what happens. I don't really foresee them making that change, but I hope they would because I think it would help out every race team if they did.
In too deep.
Sing it.
Could I have the music?
Probably goes something like I'm in too deep.
I'm in too deep.
Said that before.
Yeah. Especially the racing shit.
So is that all that you know of the
that's
song?
That's all that's coming to mind.
You're a hell of a fan.
Here, hold on. I'm sure Spotify. Oh! I can find them.
You've got 30 seconds.
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
You got it. Come on.
This weekend, we are headed back to the old Hickory Motor Speedway in our High Rock Vodka number 75 machine. We've got
Oldsmobile.
Yes, you are, Landon.
Well, yeah, 75 machine. Yes, that is correct, RJ. It is an Oldsmobile.
Get it right.
I didn't say Chevrolet.
No, you didn't, but you can get the Olds in there.
Okay, High Rock Vodka Olds.
The Oldsmobile.
Yep, what RJ said. Anyways, we're going back there.
You know Harold Gant?
150
Harold
laps.
P. Gant was the last guy to win in an Oldsmobile until Landon Huffman did it.
150 laps this weekend, Bobby Isaac Memorial. I'm going to assume there's going to be a decent amount of cars, but probably not any more than 20, I wouldn't guess.
Nah.
Might be 20. I don't know.
Who knows?
Either
Big
way.
old purse that y'all racing for.
Yeah, $3,000, 150 laps,
Big
4
money.
tires.
What's the trophy look like?
It's probably going to be something like our
right here.
championship
Let's
trophy.
be honest. That's what we go for.
Yeah, we go for the
Get a
trophy.
picture
It's probably
taken.
going to be like that. The
Well, they don't
limited
get nothing
trophy.
else.
I'll probably win the limited trophy, and this will be the year they don't do a
taking
real
both
Bobby
cars.
Isaac Memorial Race trophy for the
Yes,
limited.
you are, RJ. You are taking both cars.
We are.
Y'all are.
You're coming.
I'm
I'm tired of that shit, Seth.
What do they call that? The guys that stay back in the shop and work the war room.
You don't even come to the shop and work.
I
war
am
room.
working in the war room.
Seth ain't been to the
I
shop
just
and
sitting there
work for
drinking
2
a
weeks.
Busch Light, watching.
I'll watch it on
Slow.
flow. I'll be your war room representative. I'll be
Text me
like,
all
hell,
damn time.
what is he doing? Tell him not to do that.
His shop
Text me.
effort has taken a real strong downturn in the last little bit.
Landon, I'm tired.
Okay, I'm tired too.
Did you do
Jesus.
to prepare it for the Bobby Isaac other than put it on scales?
We've changed
Last
the
week.
whole week.
Oh, that's
stuff
a
you can do
10-man
by
job.
yourself.
I mean, we have been working on it. It's not like
Let
you
me
don't
just say
not
this,
do
ladies
anything.
and gentlemen. The last damn time we went to the racetrack with both race cars.
If you keep backing up, you're going to knock that light bulb over. It has been shaking like an earthquake.
We
the
need a good
entire
video
time.
clip anyway.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's an expensive light
Well,
bulb.
then move it. You have my damn chair right up here against it.
Move your chair.
No, move the lamp.
Okay.
Okay, so as I was saying, the last damn time we went to the racetrack, he didn't even clean inside. Now you'll watch him at the track; he'll clean the outside of the car.
I did
not
clean
the inside of the car. He did not get the rubber. He did not get the rubber out of it. There was still gravel all up in there. I looked up in the rear fenders, and there's rubber all down.
RJ, if you don't like how I clean my car, then why don't you come clean it yourself?
I ain't cleaning your damn race cars.
Hey, then quit bitching about it.
Well,
I really don't give a shit if you clean them or not. Because I know damn well I'm not going to.
So we'll see you guys this weekend at Hickory. Should be a good show, hopefully. A good race anyways. Good turnout of cars. This past weekend, there was some more national championship controversy. Some travesty going on at Hickory.
Some blown calls.
Yep. Some bad calls. I wasn't there, but Seth briefed me.
what was the bad call? Brief me, Seth.
In my opinion,
What happened?
if you are up to somebody's door number and they turn left and spin out, that is on them, not
Yep.
you. You should not be sent to the rear.
Who'd they do that to?
Bummy.
And
Battling
who
for
did
the
he turn
lead.
down on?
It wasn't for the lead.
Oh.
It was for like third.
Who turned down on him?
Applesauce turned down on him.
Oh,
The
is that
same
where?
one that drove Doug from the start-finish line up to the graveyard.
Bless his heart, he saw the front.
Yeah, our boy Air Doug, he had
a tough
bad,
night.
He
A
had
little
a
bit of
bad
air.
way. He had a bad way this weekend.
I'm going to tell y'all something. I told Doug this on Twitter. The guy, the big muscular guy, the bald guy that works for Doug,
Yeah.
he's like every damn thing.
Yeah.
This son of a
Me?
bitch did not stop Saturday. From the time we got there till the time they loaded up, he did not stop.
He probably gets paid.
He needs to be paid more.
I was gonna say,
I'm
Doug,
going to go
if
ahead and
you're-
tell you, he needs to be paid more. I told Doug that on Twitter. Give
Yeah.
this man a raise. I
At
think
least
his
he's
name's
paid.
AJ. I'm going to tell y'all something. If he fights as hard as he works, I ain't
Looks like
fighting.
he could. He looks like he could.
I ain't seen you fight ever, so
You're right. Well, I ain't never had to.
Because he's smart, not stupid.
you haven't fought either. But I wouldn't consider you smart.
I would.
I mean, if it came down to it and I had to, I would, but there's not. Let's be
I'd
honest.
have a weapon.
You got to attack somebody to fight them, so
Yeah.
they
Still run my
don't-
mouth.
They don't let you get close enough to do anything.
So I'm sure this weekend,
Well, they
Doug.
might let him get close to us.
I mean, it was so hot Saturday, I was about to make an obscene gesture to the cops so I could go home.
G-Matt.
I'm sure this weekend, both
Did
Doug
y'all talk about
and-
that?
We chose not to.
No, GMAT didn't want us to talk about it,
Oh,
so we're not going to go there. I'm sure this weekend, Doug
Get him
and
on. Let's
Connor
talk to him about
Hall
it.
both will be at Florence.
They are.
on Friday.
Doug did say he was going to Florence and then would reevaluate his plans after that.
And I wouldn't surprise me if he's not at Hickory too, but
How can you be at both at the same time?
Florence,
Well,
is, on Friday.
Hickory is on Saturday.
Florence is supposed to
Saturday
be
is
on
after Friday.
Wednesday, but they moved it to Friday
Well, that sounds smart.
because of the weather. Because we got Hurricane
Only
Idalina
because of
or
weather?
whatever.
got the hurricane
Yeah.
coming in.
Wednesday nights are tough.
What?
I don't know how tough. They had 31 cars on the entry
Oh,
list.
well, fuck it. They're doing
Well,
it
it's
full
Florence,
time.
though.
Stuff for people like us, all right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we're not going, but
I got to go to work first and get in a bad mood before we can go racing.
it's the first annual Locked In 200.
Huh? That's an
I did see
It's
where
the
they're
Marty Ward
running.
Memorial,
They're
too,
running
which is pretty
97 laps and stopping. Bandoleros are running their feature, and then they're going to continue on with the remainder of the laps after that.
Would that be 103 laps?
No,
No,
it's 150, ain't it?
I think it's that sounds right.
That's what?
Yeah, I think it's 97 and 53.
But they're doing that, RJ, because it's the first Marty Ward Memorial, which honestly is kind of a. If they do it that way every time they have it, it'll be a nice nod to Marty. And I
Who
think
went
that
out
that's-
doing what he loved.
And I think that's cool. I think that more tracks should do that and do special things like just like the Jack Ingram at Hickory being 111 laps.
Mhm.
I think that's
Hickory should run 772 laps for the Bobby Isaac.
we do every week when somebody spins out or somebody's had a line. My God, you better be in line when you're last. You better not be one ahead of last because we're running 87 caution laps till it's right.
And you better have a full tank of fuel too, because you will run out. So that's what's on tap this weekend. Florence on
Better
Friday
bang.
night.
What?
Hickory Saturday. You can watch.
fuel.
You can watch both of those on Flow Racing per normal. So if you're wanting to keep up with us, we will not be at Florence, but we will be at Hickory, so you can watch all that live on Flow.
Absolutely.
We're getting down to the end of this episode. These guys over here are...
Landon's rushing us out of the studio.
I'm different.
Well, they're wanting to talk about everything, and you know, all the things that don't matter.
What the hell are you supposed to do on the damn podcast?
All the things that don't matter.
He just wants to bore y'all with statistics and himself.
Okay, listen.
Landon Huffman's completed 8,332 laps in his career. He's won 15 times, crashed 18 times, finished second 43 times.
This is actually what I wanted to talk about.
He has 2 more wins than his daddy.
And that is reviews.
Don't you forget it.
Yep.
You guys have been... RJ, shut up! You guys have been getting in the reviews, and I really appreciate it. We are up to 104 ratings on Apple Podcast, and I think we're well over the 125 mark on Spotify. But per normal, every episode we'll read our new reviews, and we've got a few of them picked out here. Caleb Hall left a review, said
Is that Caleb? Caleb with a K? Our boy? My twin? My much bigger twin.
Don't know if he looks like you, but he did leave a review. So
but he has my 21 on his virtual race cars.
Okay, well, Caleb said, enjoy watching you along with Doug on YouTube due to the realness and localness of it. After switching from the RNS car to the Reynolds car, do you think that is one of the key reasons to Nelson's recent success? To answer your question,
we don't know. We can't answer this.
Reynolds car definitely has improved the program. I think that we've been getting better as a unit, and our knowledge has been improving, which showed this past weekend because we ran better in the RNS car. But I do feel like the Reynolds chassis has been really good at the places that we've taken it to. And I've learned a lot about those cars just in the last month or two. So to answer your question, I guess the short answer is yes.
Caleb is a Reynolds fanboy.
All right. Well,
love you, Caleb.
Another review comes from AJ Bunchy and says, keep up the great work with the podcast and the YouTube channel. Started my own channel earlier this year. Have taken a lot from what you guys have done. Well, AJ, keep at it, man. Thank you for tuning into what we do. This says specifically to RJ.
Holy shit.
Oh, God.
That's from be good. R1 Raven. He said, I'm a 35-year-old black guy, brother.
Oh, good. Cool.
He said, I'm not a they. Also, you need to get into modified, too. All right, man. Thanks.
I'm glad he cleared that up.
Me, too. I'm glad he cleared the air. That's the first I read that. I'm glad that he cleared the air on that one.
Well, what did I say last time?
I called him. I said, thanks, guys, and you said...
Or he said, thanks, man, or something, and you wanted to go they, them.
Last one we're going to read is
them.
from Milam158 or Milam, M-I-L-A-M 158.
I wonder if they're Chinese.
RJ, what the fuck?
Keep up the hard work and keep digging. Just recently started listening to your podcast and watching your YouTube videos. Very interesting to watch and listen to. Enjoy the way you break it down for the average person.
Say your words.
I really appreciate that, man. Thank you for tuning into what we do. And we have a lot of fun doing it. I haven't really been able to break anything down this episode because of the two setting aside.
Have you not had fun?
He didn't do nothing to break down.
I cannot wait to go back and edit this son of a bitch.
Just leave it all. Just leave it all.
Yeah, just leave it as is.
Add your beats.
Post your shit right on them. YouTube.
I do have a question.
Unedited.
Hey, shut up. I do have a question.
What?
If you go to a steakhouse, what are you going to order?
Steak.
Landon?
Prime rib.
Is that not steak?
Yes.
Okay.
So a form of steak.
Yeah.
Okay.
It needs to be specific.
It just drives me insane to see people posting their pictures where they go out to dinner at a steakhouse and get spaghetti or chicken tendies.
Well, I will get a prime rib.
Get a damn steak.
Yeah.
You're at a steakhouse. You want spaghetti? Go to Olive Garden.
Yeah, and usually prime rib's expensive, so I don't go to a lot of steakhouses.
Well,
unless I get gift cards. We have been going out to eat with our gift cards lately, and we have went to some steakhouses, and I have got steak with the gift cards.
Best steakhouse you ever been to?
Lineburgers.
That's fair.
In Denver. It's solid. Lineburger Cattle Company. Yeah.
Western Steer.
Okay. Yeah, not Western Steer, but I believe that's going to do it for this episode of Huffman Racing Radio. I've got to get down to the shop and work on our unit for this weekend. Thank you guys for listening, and as always, if you haven't already, make sure you drop us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can leave us a text review over on Apple Podcast, and we will read it. here on this show, and we're going to
we
continue
like
to work hard to be weekly. We've been doing good. I'm getting these guys to show up on time.
Me and Landon are. RJ might have to take a break.
Yeah. Well, he's been consistent, but I'm just waiting on the day he don't show up, and then we won't see him for a month, and then he'll be back.
As soon as right after work, I'll be here. But don't be telling my ass 5 o'clock, because my ass is going to go home and stay home.
You're going to stop at McDonald's first.
Yes.
Yeah, if I can afford it.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in once again, and we will be back next week, hopefully
Maybe.
recording on Tuesday, and hopefully have some good news to share after this weekend. But remember, you can watch Bobby Isaac Memorial live on Flow Racing. Cheer for our High Rock Vodka Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile.
And Bumgarner Propane Chevrolet.
And our Bumgarner Propane Chevrolet.
Will we make it an
Limited.
Oldsmobile?
Yeah. No, I have not.
And if you feel inclined, you can give Graham a nod too.
Yep. All right. Thank you guys for
I
listening.
don't feel inclined.
We will catch you in the next episode.